Happy Hum Day! Wednesday is my favorite day because I get to see and talk to all of you. If you're joining me on StreamYard, make sure you click on the StreamYard name. So let's wait for some eyeballs to come on. Okay, hi Jacqueline. Thank you for joining me on Instagram. And we also have Carla and Tina. Okay, so, and T times 215, join me as well. If you're joining me on Facebook, make sure you click on the StreamYard link so I can see your name. Okay. And for those of you who is joining me the very first time, my name is May Yo Silvers. I am the owner of M2 Hospitality, a multiple six-figure profit event planning company, and also the event mentor, coach, and founder for Events for Anyone, where we provide a mentorship program called the Unstoppable Eventrepreneur. So on Instagram, you guys can see. So on Facebook, I'm going to bring it up, YouTube, and LinkedIn as well. So we provide a mentorship program to event planners to help you start and grow your event planning company into multiple six-figure profit business as well. Hi, Helen. Thank you for joining me. So if I am not acknowledging you, it's not because that I don't see you. I see you. But I know, once again, 30 minutes is very, very short. And today, this is a hot topic, right? About your fees. Thank you so much, Facebook user. I don't see your name. Thank you for saying that I look beautiful. Thank you so much. If you click on the StreamYard link, I'll be able to see your name. If not, just type your name so I know who you are. Okay. All right. Hi, Shauna. Thank you for joining me. Okay. So it has been a super exciting week for me. Had a big event that went successfully. Had an event yesterday. Have an event today. A few more lined up in October. So very, very busy for M2 Hospitality. And also we are getting a lot of sign-ups for our workshop that is happening September 26th, which I will talk a little bit after I teach right now. Okay. Hi, Teresa. Thank you for joining me. Hi, Nicola. Thank you for joining me. Okay. So today's topic, right? Another Shona just joined me as well on Instagram. So today's topic is talking about your fees. We're not talking about how to structure your fees. We're talking about how you're articulating your fees. So I'm going to cut to the chase. Hey, Sherry, I'm going to cut to the chase and give you some examples. And I also am experiencing this experience myself because my potential client also asked me, what's your fee? And sometimes I still struggle, or I still have to take a moment to think, how should I quote them? What's my fee? So today we're going to talk about that. How should you be quoting your fee in a manner that clearly articulates how much your client is expecting to pay? Okay, give you a perfect example. A lot of times, right? A lot of times, some of you get an inquiry, okay? And the inquiry could be through text message, could be through phone call or email, okay? Or on Zoom. So you are qualifying your potential clients and you're asking your potential clients to give you some details of the event, their vision. So they're sharing with you, okay, all right, so I wanted to do first 1-year-old birthday party. Okay, let's just say that. So I want to do a 1-year-old birthday party and I want it to be a safari theme. I'm thinking, we have about like 30 people. I'm thinking, everything is safari theme and we have already picked the venue. I just need some help with putting everything together and decorating, coming up with the decorations and putting everything together to bring the vision to life. You'll be like, okay, you got pretty good information, right? They told you the date of the event, okay? They tell you the date of the event. They tell you how many people. They told you where it's going to be. They also told you the theme, correct? So they basically shared all the important information for the event. And then either the next thing that transpires, right? The next thing that transpires after they share with you in general terms terms what they want for the event. The next thing that transpire, two things, okay? First thing that transpire could be you immediately ask, okay, what's your budget? Or they asked you, so now I share with you all this, what's your fee? Can every one of you who's on with me relate to that? Tell me, when a potential client tells you the vision of the event, okay, and then they stop talking for a moment, what is the first thing you say to your potential client? Do you immediately tell them, ask them, what's your budget? Or you wait for them to ask you a question? So share with me, start thinking about your conversations, okay? I named those two scenarios because that's what I have been seeing. That's what members have been sharing with me. So when a potential client shares their vision, two things happen. Either they ask you, so what's your fee? Now that I share with you all this. Or the potential client asks, what's your budget? The event planner asks, what's your budget? Correct? What's your budget? Sorry, I'm having a little bit of a sore throat. I got a cold, so just have to drink a little bit. Right? Okay. I want you to know the numbers that you share. Okay, if they say somebody wrote, I asked about the budget. What's your budget? Okay, what's your budget? And then the potential client tells you, oh, my budget, I don't know. Or, oh, I'm thinking about $1,000 or whatever number they gave to you. Okay, whatever number they gave to you. And then what do you do next? You started, they already told you the guest count. The guest count is 30. So when they told you what's the budget, what's the next thing you do? You start thinking, is it enough? Correct? And then you quote them, say, I would like to talk more about your event ideas to give you a proposal. They already told you the event. Okay, they already told you what they have in mind. Okay, so if you want to ask more questions, fantastic. What I'm trying to teach you here is whoever starts saying numbers, those numbers are what your potential client is going to remember. One perfect scenario, okay? One perfect scenario is this. When the potential client, especially when they're shopping, this is when they're shopping, okay? They will immediately ask you, they don't even give you a chance for you to ask them what's your budget. So when they're shopping around, it's very common. They tell you this is the vision, and then you listen. It's like, okay, the next thing that come out from the potential client's mouth is, what's your fee? Okay, what's your fee? When they ask you, what's your fee? What do you do? Hey, Natasha, haven't seen you for a long time. So when they ask you, what's your fee? Share with me here. Let's make it an interactive session. We have a lot of you online today with me. So when they say, what's your fee? What is your response? Share with me on the chat. Okay. They told you the general idea, how many people, the venue, what they're looking for. They didn't tell you the budget. They immediately ask you, okay, now that I share everything with you, what's your fee? Okay. So someone said, I tell them I have to put together a proposal. Correct? Okay. So this is one scenario. I tell them I have to put together a proposal. Okay. All right. So the potential client said, okay, send me a proposal. So no number is being discussed. This is scenario number one. My Facebook people, you're over here. You're more of you on Facebook than Instagram. So tell me, what do? So a lot of times, right, I also experience this. At first, I need to know your budget. Okay. So someone says, oh, I need to know your budget, right? So they give you a budget, and then you're going to throw back a number. It says, oh, my budget is $1,000. And then you start thinking in your head, this is going to probably cost like $2,000, right? Are you going to tell them this is going to cost $2,000? Or are you going to say, you know what? I have to work together a proposal to see what actually is the actual cost. So those two those two of you who said that I tell them I have to put together a proposal, and another member said I need to know your budget, right? What happens that I start to discuss numbers and give them realistic amount. Okay, of course, right? Helen said I start to discuss numbers and give them a realistic amount. Okay, so we also have Joanne here. So what I'm seeing in a situation like this is a few event planners, quite a few of you actually, will do this. The client tells you, potential client tells you the vision, right? And then they didn't even, the next thing that come out from their mouth after they share with you their vision is, what's your fee? What's your fee? A lot of you say that I need to know your budget first. What's your budget? And then some of you, right, actually will quote, well, my fee starts from this much, especially when you're in a DM, okay? When there is no conversation going on. It's just, what's your fee? Let me tell you how much, okay? So you start asking questions. What items do you want to include? So I'm so happy that quite a few of you wouldn't immediately quote a fee. You start asking questions, right? What do you want to include, right? What is, and but once again, if they're shopping, they won't have time to talk to you. Then they wouldn't even want to give you any more information because they already told you that it's for 30 people. They already told you where's the venue. They already told you that what kind of food they want. They already told you the theme that they want. Okay, immediately they already asked you, what is your fee? Okay, what is your fee? So someone says, take the conversation out of the DM. Fantastic. But again, if you're using paid platform, Thumbtack, Eventactive, Bark, Winning Wire and the Knot, this does not work because these people are shopping. Okay, if you want to go into the DM, get out of the DM and go into a call, it's possible as long as you are qualifying your lead and your branding is done correctly, and they know that they want to work with you. They have this idea that they may want to work with you, so they will spend more time with you to go through the conversation. Unfortunately, it doesn't happen that way. So a lot of times say, what's your fee? What's your fee? What's your fee, right? So some of you who go back and ask, well, it all depends. I need to know what you need, right? And then you never hear back from these people. Okay, you never hear back from these people. And you wonder, all these leads coming in, how come they don't respond, correct? So, okay. So yes, qualification is part of it, right? You have to ask them, oh, what do you need help with? They already told you what they need help with. The question when they ask you what's your fee, right? And then you can always ask back a question. Oh, have you spoken to other? So before we talk about fees, can we talk a little bit about, have you already spoken to other event planners? So I taught you guys well. Somebody already wrote, qualifying them. Have you spoken to other event planners or have you tried to do it yourself? You qualifying them before you actually quote them the fee. But what if you were fast? You quoted them the fee because you know that on this platform, they don't want to have a conversation. They just want you to tell them how much. So what happened? When you tell them, I start from $1,000, $1,500. They ask you, right, what's your fee? I start from $1,500, $2,000, $500. Okay. Now, I'm talking about this potential client who's asking you, I want to do a 1-year-old birthday party and I want it to be a safari theme. I need someone to help me to put all this together, the decorating and put all this whole event together. What's your fee? Okay, what's your fee? And you quoted them $1,500, $500, whatever you quote them. Guess what? This is what is happening, okay, in their head. This automatically loads into my Instagram. So SK Soiree. This automatically load into my Instagram. If you are watching me now, you are my follower, you go to my Instagram grid and you'll be able to watch this video again. So as a potential client, okay, you quoted me a fee, right? Which is $1,000. Let's just say, okay, $1,000. Oh, my fee is $1,000. In your mind, you're thinking $1,000 is just for me to conceptualize the theme for you, okay? To plan or to design. This does not include materials. This does not include rentals, okay? And Unfortunately, quite a few of you do not elaborate what that fee includes. So they ask a question, what's your fee? Oh, say so, I start from $1,000. Okay, all right. So your potential client may not be thinking the same way as you. In your head, you're thinking, oh, that's just my planning fee. That's just my designing fee. But your potential client, on the other hand, is $1,000. Okay, I told her what I needed, right? I told her I need all this decoration, and she told me her fee is $1,000. Fantastic. Can you send me a proposal? Do you see a disconnect here? Do you see a disconnect here? Okay, Maritza, thank you for joining me. The disconnect here is you as the planner or the designer, decorator, is thinking this is just for my time. Whereas the potential client is thinking $1,000 is going to cover everything. So if you don't take the time to tell them, oh, my fee is $1,000, and that does not include the supplies, the supply items, the rental items, it's just my fee in coordinating the whole event and getting the vendors, and then the fees for the supplies, all that are additional. If you don't take the time to tell them that, that's going to be a problem, because the number that you give to them, $1,000, is what they remember. So when you send out a proposal to them and you list down the items, so me as a potential client is like, oh, $1,000, I like that. Okay, it's in their head, within their budget. Okay, so send me a proposal, please. Now, you must be thinking, of course, I would tell them that it's just my fee. I would tell them that it's other things are additional, right? Go back and audit your sales calls. How many of you are in a hurry to end that phone call so that you can go prepare a beautiful proposal and they can see the beautiful vision on paper, and then they will book you? How many of you rush through a sales conversation because you don't want them to say no to you? They asked you, they tell you what they want. You say, oh, you know what? Let me do a proposal for you. Or my fee starts from this, or my fee is this. Okay, and you're thinking, okay, let me put together a proposal so that they can see everything in detail instead of talking and communicating. How many of you? How many of you actually take the time to actually have a conversation, or you cut it short and say that, okay, thank you for sharing this information with me. Let me put together a proposal for you since you already told me this is the theme, and then the proposal will detail how much everything costs, right? So, me as a potential client, you told me your fee is $1,000. You, planner, decorator, designer, is thinking that's just my time. That's just me coordinating, designing. Potential client doesn't know to even ask, what does that $1,000 include? Okay. Some potential clients are very savvy. They will ask, so what does the $1,000 include? Right? Some just assume it includes everything that they told you. They already told you what they want, and you quote a fee, so naturally they will assume. So when they get a proposal, and the proposal shows $2,500, and you quoted $1,000, okay, these two numbers are what they will remember. You quote me $1,000 and I get a proposal for $2,500. What happened here? What happened here? And if the lead is coming through, again, a platform that people are price shopping, they won't even bother coming back to you and say that, hey, your proposal is very nice, but what's the discrepancy here? They won't even bother, because human beings by nature do not like confrontation or conflict management. They also do not like to reject people. So they would not tell you. They wouldn't tell you why they wouldn't want to book with you. So they ghost you. They will just ghost you. It's the easy way out. Just stay quiet and don't respond. So for those of you who has been ghosted, it's because that the communication here, okay, there is a disconnect here. what you think you're telling them is not what they think they're getting. Very simple. So let's give a different scenario, okay? This time round, you're smart and you ask, okay, give me a little bit more details. Share with me your budget, okay? Share with me your budget. And then they say that, okay, I only have $1,000 for this, okay? $1,000. And your end are thinking, okay, I'm going to have to put together a proposal for you. I'm not so sure if $1,000 is going to be enough. Okay. I'm not so sure if $1,000 is going to be enough because you haven't done this theme before. You need to go find out how much things cost, right? So you say, let me put together a proposal for you. Okay. That's what you said. Let me put together a proposal for you. So I don't know if $1,000 is going to be enough, but let me put together a proposal for you. Okay. Thank you very much. Hang up the phone, stop the DM. Next thing you do, you put together a proposal. All right. And you realize that, this actually costs $2,500. So you send over the proposal to the potential client. And the potential client remembers this conversation. I am not so sure if $1,000 is going to be enough. That's all they remember, that $1,000, okay? Because that's what we talk about. And then they got the proposal and it shows $2,500. Same thing, shock. Okay, shock. Some of you said, no, I would actually talk about actual numbers. Okay, actual numbers, how much things cost. You as a designer, decorator, event planner, you need to know how much things cost. Okay, a ballpark figure. That's why those of you inside my program, I asked you to connect with your vendors to find out what are the standard items that are commonly asked. Photography, videography, centerpiece, okay, different size centerpieces, backdrop, right? Backdrop, linen, tables, chairs, how much things cost on average. So when you as a planner, designer, decorator, talking to a potential client who says that, what's your fee? Okay, what's your fee? You can ask, what's your budget? That's okay. That is assuming that you have already qualified this client, okay, and you want to continue the conversation with them. And then it says, what's your budget? And then they tell you whatever number, okay, whatever number, let's say $1,000. Your job is to do a mental calculation even before you do a proposal. And your job is to say that based on my experience, on my research of events that I've done in the past, not exactly like that, but quite similar, this will cost $2,500. Okay? Plus minus, depending on what refinement you want, what upgrades you want. All right? Your final selection. But please do not hold me to this number. This is based on my previous experience. So now they have two numbers. My budget's at $1,000. You telling me it's about $2,500. So when you send over a proposal, okay, after you've done your research, and it goes up to $2,800, they're not going to die, okay, or shock because you already prepped them. You have already prepped them. But if you never talk about those numbers before you send a proposal, in fact, I wouldn't even send a proposal. I will ask them, say, based on my experience, this whole thing is going to cost about $2,500. Is this something that you would like to invest in your event? So I don't waste my time putting a proposal together until I have a commitment from them. And they say that, oh, that wasn't what I was thinking, right? So here we open up a conversation. The whole goal, okay, of how to quote your fee is you need to make sure that when you quote your fee, you have to tell them what it covers. You have to tell them what it covers. If you don't tell them what it covers, they're just going to assume that they told you the theme. They're going to assume that it covers everything. And you are assuming, well, how is it possible that they will think that with all the decor, everything is going to be $1,000? You are thinking as the expert in your field. Just know that these people here on the other side of the fence, your potential client, they are not event planners. They don't know how you think. They don't know how much things cost, right? So when you quote them $1,000, they may think that, oh, okay, you know, $1,000, that sounds about right to do a birthday party for 30 people for decor. But from your end, it's like, hell no, $1,000 is just my fee. Renting that freaking giraffe is already $500, right? So if you do not take the time to explain what your fee covers, okay, then they will only remember, oh, $1,000. If you do not take the time to explain the $2,500 that you quoted them, what it covers, then when they get the proposal, they will get a shock. And that's why they ghost you. Okay? They ghost you. So another thing to also consider is when they tell you the budget, and immediately you know that it's not a realistic budget. So they told you the budget, okay, before you quote them your fee. Immediately, you know that it's not a realistic budget. Before you jump the gun and tell them that my fee starts at $1,500 and it's just planning, okay? Before you quickly correct them, you need to understand where they're coming from. That $1,000, right? You want to ask them, oh, that budget, is that for the planner to coordinate everything for you and you have a separate budget for supplies and rentals? Or is it everything included? Okay? You have to ask questions like this. And then you also need to ask, right? How, sometimes you wonder, right? People come to you with a champagne budget, with a champagne taste and beer budget, and you start grumbling, right? Thinking in your head, oh my God, another one of those, right? You can't blame them. They don't know how much things cost. They have no idea. They're not event planners, decorators, designers. They're not in the events field to go research how much things cost. We can't assume that they know. So when they tell you a fee, oh, my budget is $1,000, this is the question you need to ask. Is that the budget that you have put together for the event based on your research, how much things cost? Or is that how much you can spend? Two different things. Is that how much you want to spend? Or is that how much you think the event is going to cost based on your vision? Okay? Two different things. I'm going to repeat. Is that how much you think that vision or the event is going to cost? Or is that what you budget for? Very, very, very important question. Okay? Because it gives you the opportunity to ask more questions. Oh, how did you come up with the budget for the event? Right? You need to understand. It gives you more opportunity to explain what the fees actually includes. So we are running out of time. I want to summarize this whole video. When you quote, when someone asks you what's your fee, okay? When someone asks you what's your fee, a lot of times automatically respond is because it's a question, right? What's your fee? You give an answer. My fee starts at $1,500, $500, $1,000. Please, please, please explain what it covers. Okay, explain what it covers. Do not leave it as that. And don't be in a hurry to hang up the phone and say, okay, now that you know my fees, right? Let me put together a proposal for you. And then when they get the proposal, they remember your fee, $1,500 or $1,000, and then they see the proposal number, $2,500. These two numbers are what the two numbers they will remember. And there is a discrepancy there. And that's why you get price objection. That's why you get ghosting. So the advice here is always, what's your fee? My fee depends on what you need me to do. So let's go through the whole process. You need me to do this. Or you want to be quick because it's on the DM, because you are in a paid platform where people don't have time to talk to you. You will say, my fee is $1,500 and it covers this. So when the potential client sees the number, immediately they know, okay, this does not include any rental. This does not include the party supplies. This is just your time to put all these things together. Okay? Then they can decide to either move forward with you or not move forward with you. But it all depends on how the lead is being qualified. So the takeaway is always, always, always explain your fee. Do not assume they understand what your fees cover. Okay? All right. Thank you so much for joining me today. For those of you inside my mentorship program, we have a call at 5:30 today, which is our mid-month accountability call. I'll be checking in on all of you, and I'll also be sharing with you some learnings, big learnings for me from my past events. So join me at 5:30 today inside Zoom. And don't forget, we also have our workshop coming up September 26th, which is our Passion to Profit workshop. This workshop will be a little bit different. The content is more geared towards people who already have an event planning business, already making money in the event planning business, at least in the low 5 figures, and want to go up to the mid 5 figures or to the 6 figures. And they also cater some parts to those of you who do not have a business yet, because I will be talking about the legalities of setting up your business correctly, and also about pricing, also about marketing. So of course, how I built my business as well, and your relationship with yourself and money, how all this come together to build a successful 6-figure profit event planning company. If you want to see the content, exactly what I'll be teaching, the Facebook group or Facebook covers tells you all, my business page as well. Okay, so 5-day workshop, September 26th to 30th. Orientation is September 25th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time Zone. Give you an overview of what you can expect. If you want to sign up for the workshop, make sure that you connect with your concierge to sign you up, so we can send you the workbook. And also, if you don't know who your concierge, just tag me and we'll connect you to your concierge to sign you up for the workshop. Okay, thank you so much, everybody. Have a great day. And my clients inside the program, see you at 5:30. If not, the rest of you, see you next Wednesday. Bye.